Hey, what is up, Ghosts? Blue Ghost here, and here we are back with yet another mod review. And today's mod review is the kitchen mod. Now, before I start this mod review, I just have to say you might want to consider getting something to eat while you're watching this video, or better yet, after watching this video, because this mod actually has some delicious sandwiches in it. That is right, we have sandwiches in this mod. So let's get started with the important thing, which is tools. Now, all these right here I will use in the crafting table over there to make all the important tools that we're going to need for this mod. Now, the most important one that we're going to need right now is that we are going to need to make an oven. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out all these materials here, and then we're going to make an oven. So the oven just goes like this. 7 iron ingots just like this in a iron leggings type of recipe, and coal in the middle and flint and steel on the bottom, and we'll get our oven. Now, when you put down the oven, I got to say it looks really cool actually. Because what you can do with it is that not only it looks cool just like this, you can actually, I think you might be able to actually put some frying pans onto these, which is interesting. And you could just shift right click and it opens up just like this, because what we're going to need to do is put some ingredients in there and cook them as well, because there are some cookable ingredients in here to make some perfect sandwiches. So for some other tools that we're going to need, I just need to take out all of these here and just go ahead and craft them. The first one would be a mortar and pestle. Now these both, the mortar and pestle, are separately crafted. You just need to make a mortar just like this in a wood bowl shaped recipe with stone to make a mortar. And then just to make the pestle, you're going to need 2 pieces of stone just like this diagonally. And then you're going to need to put the pestle and the mortar together. You have to make them like really... Or actually, you could put them anywhere you want them to make the mortar and pestle. Now basically what a mortar and pestle is that it's something that will crush up... food ingredients like lettuce or like tomato. I'm not sure what you can use in a mortar and pestle, but the pestle is used for like crushing down foods into little bits in the mortar, kind of like used as a bowl. The other tools that we're going to need for this is that we're going to need a knife, which was just like this stick in the iron like that. And then we're going to need a plate. Just take bone meal and put clay in the wood bowl shaped recipe, kind of like what I did with the mortar. And then we're going to need a cutting board, just like this with wood, and a pressure plate in the middle. Now I'm going to put down the cutting board right over here. And it looks pretty cool as well, but it almost looks like a pressure plate, but it is not exactly a pressure plate. So don't be trying to go redstone and everything and try to use that as a pressure plate. So now, in order to use the mortar and pestle and the knife, we actually have to use these in crafting recipes. So for example, we're going to take some wheat, and then we're going to use the mortar and pestle to crush down the wheat into flour. So all you need to do is put wheat in the crafting recipe and the mortar and pestle in the crafting recipe, and you'll make flour. And then you can use this flour to... You can use the flour to put it in the furnace, and you'll get some toast out of this. Now, the one thing about the mortar and pestle that I like about is that it doesn't have any durability when you use it in the crafting recipe, because if it did, you'd have to make an awful lot of them. And then what we have here is a plate. I would just want to go over and place this down right here. These plates are pretty huge, by the way, and this is one of the basic things that we're going to need to put our sandwiches down on. Let's just see if the flour is done. Aha, it's made 4 pieces of toast, and it does say sandwichable under them, only to tell you that it's being used by the kitchen mod. Now, for the most tasty part of this mod, is all these, all these delicious ingredients. So let's just go ahead and take all these out. Now, milk. The milk part of this is that you can actually use this milk, just put it anywhere in the crafting table, and you'll get cheese. Just like that. Very delicious. And you'll get the bucket back as well as a good side effect, so let's just throw that down on the ground. And now... Oh, okay, it came back to me. Go on the ground. It's probably going to come back to me again. But anyways, you need to put the knife anywhere in the crafting table, and then just put all these food ingredients just like this, and you'll get slices of everything. For as far as tomato, bacon, which is actually the pork chop, and then beef slices if you're ever wanting to make some like cut up raw steak, carrot slices... In fact, cheese slices as well, which is just like cheese slice, chicken as well, lettuce, and potatoes, and also the bread, which is sliced up slices of bread. Now, I was going to put all these in all these furnaces, which is why I have 4 of them over here, because I thought I was going to be cooking a lot of these like beef and pork chops, but I'm not actually. I'm actually going to put them in the oven. Now, this is where the cool part of the oven comes in. What you need to do is that this only works, of course, with the beef, bacon, and chicken. You just need to push. You just need to right click with them and they'll be placed in the oven like that. You can actually see that they're inside the oven, which is pretty cool. And you can actually put more into it. It doesn't look like it's stacking, but it's actually in there. So when they're done, you'll actually get all of them back. So we'll just put all this bacon in here. It'll actually, the maximum amount of stack I think is 4 before it like duplicates to make another stack of 4. And then we just need to put some raw chicken skillets in here and we're ready to cook it. So what you need to do in order to cook it is that you need to put coal in it just by right clicking it and then with an empty hand, shift right click, close it up and it'll start cooking. Now do be careful when you do this, is that if you wait for too long, it'll actually burn the food, but it'll let you know when you see black smoke coming out of the oven. So we'll just wait here and wait for our food to stop cooking. Oh, here we go. Our food stopped cooking, so we actually need to have empty hands to take all this out, so we need to hurry, take all this out before it burns. There we go. Let's just close the oven. And so here we go. We got roast beef, we got cooked bacon, chicken fillets, and yeah, now we are ready to build some sandwiches, which is what this plate here is for. Now the cutting board is for something else, but the plate is for building some amazing sandwich creations. Now the first thing is first. You actually need to put toast down to start it off. Now before I begin this, I need to tell you that with plates, you cannot eat the sandwiches off the plates. You can only eat it off the cutting boards because with the plates are only used for decorations. The cutting board is actually used for making eat the sandwich, but I'll explain that a little bit later. So we're going to put down some beef, some bacon, some chicken. You can even put the raw ingredients down, but I don't think we want to do that. So if you want to remove any ingredients just like what I did, just right click with an empty hand and you'll get the ingredients back. Just like that. And we're going to get all of our other beautiful slices over here. Let's just go ahead and get all of our other slices over here. So you can just like put everything on it. Lettuce, cheese, tomato, double tomato, quadruple chicken. Whoa, I just removed one of them. Triple chicken. It doesn't really matter. How about triple bacon? That sounds really tasty. And then the tomato. Actually, that's the potato. But you... why is it not working? Oh, okay, there we go. You actually need to aim at the plate in order to make it work. You can't actually like aim at the actual ingredient itself. You just need to aim at the plate. There we go. And you could just like stack this infamously. You can stack this infinitely. You can like make it touch up to the sky. Which is why that the cutting board actually only allows 10 ingredients, because you can't really eat a sandwich that's that high, really. I mean, logic speaking, you can't really eat a sandwich that's really that big. But anyways, to top all this off, we'll just add the final part, which is the toast. Now, this sandwich looks so dang tasty. You know, Ghost, I hope you're hungry right now, because it would be a good idea to get some food right now to eat while watching this video. But actually, as an added feature, if you shift and right click with an empty hand, of course... The plate will drop, and you can actually pick it up. Oh, okay, it wasn't allowing me to pick me up at first. But if you mouse over it, it'll tell you all the stuff that's still on the plate. And if you put the plate back down, you can still have it. So you can actually like have this on vanilla servers to like show off your friends saying, hey, check out my sandwich right here that I made. Pretty impressive. Check out my other sandwich. And his like goes all the way up to the ceiling. Now, let's get on to the meat of this. And when I'm talking meat, we're going to talk about eating the sandwich. So let's just take all of my ingredients off. Here, I'll just stand back here and just like shred all of the ingredients off just like that. And we'll be able to pick them all up. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now, the cutting board is what's used to eat the sandwiches. So it only allows 10 ingredients, starting with the bread. So we're just going to put some... I'm more of like a meat person. So let's go bacon... double roast beef because I love steak. I absolutely love it. Some chicken. Ooh, cheese would sound good. This is going to be a gross sandwich, but I don't care really. It's Minecraft. I mean, I'm not going to really eat it in real life. And, oh, okay, we've reached the maximum of amount. I think we could top it on with the okay, no, we can't. I knew it. So we're going to have to take one ingredient off and then put the toast on. Now, for the interesting part, just shift and right click and boom. Look at that. You'll have your own sandwich. And when you pick it up, look at that. It actually looks like you're holding onto the actual sandwich that you've created. It adds in a word, which is called a custom model to... It's now the developer took some time to put in like the custom model of it. Like any type of sandwich you make, it'll actually look like the sandwich that you've made, and then you can actually eat this, which is why I'm hungry actually. And it looks pretty weird when you eat it in first person because it look at that, you're like eating it to the side of your mouth, and boom. Now I do believe that sandwich would have like filled me up all the way, and yeah. Now one thing I wanted to show you about is that if you burn the meat, by the way, um, it'll actually do this. I was kind of wanting to show you this so you can actually know what type of trouble you can run into if you don't take out the meat in time. So there we go. Now it's all cooked. Now we're just going to wait longer and see what happens. What I was talking about, the black smoke, is that, okay, the food's actually done. You have to get there fast. But what happens is that you'll actually going to burn it. So just like here, you've picked up some burnt meat. And you can actually eat this burnt meat, but you can't feed it to wolves, unfortunately. It's not like rotten flesh. It won't poison you when you eat it, but it like only restores like a teensy amount of hunger. But other than that, this is the delicious sandwich, or should I say the kitchen mod. So if you want to try out the mod for yourself, then please head down to the description where I left the link for you to download. And be sure to subscribe to become a ghost and join the mansion. And I will see you ghosts next time. Peace.